I just got this Craftsman mower for free. The only thing that I know about it is that it has an electrical issue. The ignition switch is good. I figured it probably was, but since we had to get in there at it anyway and see what was going on, they had all that aftermarket wiring, so had it out anyway. Just figured I'd check it just to see, but it's good. WD-40 haters, leave comments below. I'm going to try and get this little PTO switch out of here. Maybe that's failed. Maybe that's the reason they were doing all this modification. See, that's labeled NC right there for normally closed. So it's got a normally closed side here and a normally open side here. On the normally closed side, you can see it's normally closed. Press the button and it opens. That seems to work good. Switch it over to the normally open side here. It doesn't ring until you press the button. So that switch is good. So it seems like they've modified two wires here. This white one here is the feed to the control side of the starter relay. And they had that, I think they had that scabbed onto this thing back here that ran down there back to the starter relay. So, and then this here, this black with the white stripe, that grounds out the coil for shutdown. So that's kind of two separate things. Like this would keep it from, if this wasn't working correctly, then it wouldn't even crank. If this were not working correctly, then it might never run, but it would still crank. So I'm not sure what issue they were having. I'm going to just restore all this to factory and go from there. Back here at the starter relay, we can see some custom wiring here. This goes up there, I think. So this is what's tied to the starter relay now. That's that long white one. And then if I had to guess, I would say this cut one here is the one that used to go to the starter relay. So that's the one we're going to restore now. And I did check this fuse right here. It is not blown. I re-spliced together all the wires to the factory configuration with the key in the crank position. I still don't have 12 volts to the control of the relay. This pin with the white wire here is the control to the relay, which we can see we do have. Crank the key, we got that, it's coming out there. It goes around there to the switch right here for the PTO. And I did test that. It comes out of there like it should. From there, it comes down here to that brake switch right there, and I tested that with the test light. And we do have good power in and out of the brake switch. From there, it comes down here to these wires here and goes back down here to the starter relay. And if we look down here, and there is your problem, all those smashed up wires right there. So that whole loom got smashed up by something. I don't know if it got caught. Looks like maybe it got caught in the deck. Somebody was raising the deck up and it got caught right there. This whole loom got smashed up right there, so all the wires got squished. And then this is that wire right there. I tugged on it here and out it came like that, broken. Just real quick for proof of concept, I'm just going to connect these two wires together and see if I have control to the relay. Nope. Okay, so I do have power headed back that way. Let's see. Okay. So you saw I did have control power to the coil when I crank it on that spade right there. But if you look right now, I have my test light hooked up to battery positive. So when I find a ground, it'll light up. And I'm missing the ground on this side of the coil. It's probably in that bundle of wires that got smashed up. I just took this little jumper just for testing purposes from the ground, battery ground, down there to the ground side of the ignition coil. Let's see if we can. That's it. So there's your proof of concept. I mean, we pretty much knew it already once we found the smashed up wires down there. So get a full repair on those and we'll go from there. Here's some of the wires I pulled out from the repair attempt. So here we go. Here's the mess, the damage. I had to have blown a fuse. That's probably a new fuse they have in there. I looked around, this is the only spot where I found any damage, so it's all contained to this one spot. It's not that bad. These wires seem to be long enough to where I think I can make them work without splicing a piece in between them, I think. So we'll see how that goes. You see this big wire here for the starter? That's pretty smashed up. That probably should be replaced, so I think I'm just gonna tape it up. I did have to cut a short section out of that green just because it was so badly damaged, so I do have to scab a piece in there. All right, there's the finished product. You know, is it pretty? Yeah, it is. All right, moment of truth. It should try to start now. Oh yeah. The tank does appear to have some gas-like substance in it. Thing runs so good it doesn't want to stop. So we just got to fix this wire right here. It goes to the shut-off solenoid. All right, got that repaired there. that's going to do it for this one. All in all, not bad. It's got a couple other minor issues that I'm still going to fix, like the leaky tire back there, and the brakes don't work at all. So maybe I'll address that in a future video.